What it do, Moody?
What's up? What's up?
What's up, man? We finally did it. We hit the big 100. We're officially out of sports numbers, athletes, and now we just got to go references. The easiest one to pop up is Will Chamberlain, 100 points in a basketball game.
Yeah, still sports though. We still got that. There's some double zeros out there too. I would count that as 100 because zeros exist. Double zero is
Is
definitely
double
100.
zero synonymous with 100, or
Yes.
is that just
Yes, synonymous with 100 in a sports context. Yeah.
yeah? There's
With
draft
jerseys.
picks again. 100 draft
Sure,
picks
yeah.
overall. We could look up.
Yeah.
I know personally, I didn't try to plan it like this originally. It just so happened to work out. But your boy hit 100 movies in the year.
Yeah.
It was originally supposed to be a scary movie, but like I told you last week, I had to skip out on a movie. So it was I was gonna be left at 99, but kind of Bonnie and Clyde, kind of crime romance movie called Carolina Caroline, released, and that was my 100th movie so far this year.
Okay.
Now that's 100 with new movies and like
that's
old
just
movies,
in theater movies.
but that's like new and old movies. So with with old movies, I've seen 21 old movies. So if I wanted to get just
strict with it.
strict with
You're
100,
79.
I need 19 more, not
21 more.
21 more, yeah, to hit 2016 only, 2026 movies only. So, but yeah, 100 in the year, crazy that happened in 6 months. I know next year I'm going to be taking a slow down and not having to push myself because this is a lot.
Yeah, for our double zeros though, we got Robert Sheriff or Robert Sheriff. I just fused with Robert Parrish, the Chief. I was fusing those two. That's his nickname. 21 years, crazy.
It was 100th overall draft picks.
And Jim Otto, Oakland Raiders,
entire
career Hall of Famer. So
who was some draft picks that are 100th overall?
I have to get to you after we start the show.
Okay.
I'll look into it though.
Let's start the show. 100th episode.
Doors opening. Step back to allow customers to exit.
The crowd is the Habit Hey, Samson, you're my tax partner.
Right, bro. Coming off the top rope. That's the re-up podcast.
A weekly stroll through the avenue of wrestling.
Follow us here on the YouTube channel. Like, comment, subscribe, follow us everywhere.
Big 100 episode of Wrestling Real Podcast. We are here. We don't have any other pop-up shows to worry about for no points this week. We just came off of one with Clash in Italy, which we'll recap and whatnot. But I think with the big special with 100 episode, and we tried to bring this up last week, but we decided, rightfully, I think so, push it back this week.
Yeah, just for synchronicity, for synergy. Yeah,
but not even that. But like the fact that we would have missed out on El Grande Americano versus OG as a nominee because that was prior to even seeing that match. But yeah, we're gonna have mid-season award nominees for the Uppies.
Yep.
And call out people that are early contenders for possibly winning our Uppie nominees. But let's start with Clash in Italy pop-up show. Pretty good show overall. I think we ended up in a tie, if I look back correctly.
Yeah.
Yes. So I finally got
because I had Becky retaining.
Yeah,
that was the one that I was like, honestly, both Oba losing and Becky losing were both, I said, pretty 50-50 to me. Realistically, I thought we were just gonna do the classic, like, you're gonna have to climb this mountain, for Soul. So that's just what I thought it was gonna be. But like, I guess we did that work on Raw's building up. You know what I mean? So
I say it felt a little early, but again, it makes sense of where they see her future and where they want to position her.
Yeah,
within the women's division. So it's not a surprise. And again, even with Oba losing to Brock, I think we even talked about it last week. It was like the safe thing that WWE traditionally do.
That's what I had. Let's just do the rubber match.
Brock,
let's have Brock win.
So,
but like I said, I'm not mad at losing the point to you or tying with you necessarily, because like I said, it was I guess maybe I just told you my hand. Like, as long as you confuse your booking with mine, then you can always hold me at bay. That's just what I told you, effectively.
Gunther, I lost that one, even though there was some controversy about Gunther having his foot under the ropes, but the ref not seeing it. But Cody ended up retaining, so that's where I lost my match as well. But
I did find a web page of players taking 100th overall. Just so happens Jags just had it this year. Jalen Husky. This is third. Oh, this by the way, this is third round pick 36 in the modern era. DB from Maryland. You guys took Luke McCaffrey.
Yeah.
With 100. So that's 24. Jonnu Smith, Titans. There's some recognizable names up here. Everson Griffin. That's pretty good. I'm sure there's some other ones, but those are the ones that are sticking out in my mind right now.
All right. But yeah, Gunther ended up losing with some what he deems controversy, having a foot under the ropes.
Fair controversy, yeah. That's the rules of wrestling, yeah. Because we get what would be considered it is a clean win from Cody. It's not like he cheated or anything. It's just a bad ref in this case, where he hits crossroads on him, and we get a clean 1, 2, 3, but his foot is under the rope. So, yeah, he's right to be upset. I mean, we know he came out on SmackDown, bitching and complaining, but as he should have.
Another great Jade and Rhea match, even though with Rhea retaining, even though there was a little slight botch with B-Fab trying to grab Jade's foot to the ropes, but just again, that's just a missed grab. Like you thought you grabbed it. It's like catching the ball without looking, and then you end up dropping it. It's like kind of the same situation. But overall, still again, Rhea and Jade put on great matches with one another, and like it's not just Rhea doing the heavy lifting. Like Jade is doing her thing as well. So not the end for Jade's quest to the Women's Championship when we get to SmackDown, as we'll talk about later. And then I think one of the more obvious was Roman defeating Jacob Fatu, which we can lead this into Raw.
Yeah.
That started off with Jacob having to also acknowledge Roman, but prior to doing that, saying that I didn't lose to your bitch ass Jay.
Yeah.
And so he got on one knee, and it's funny because the internet is just so fickle, depending on the loudest voices are always ones posting, and they karma farm. But immediately people were like, oh, so Jacob's whole quest, blah, 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 it basically means nothing. Like Cody beating Roman at WrestleMania and dethroning the bloodline means nothing if they all just got back together. And it's just like, people are just so willing to be like, oh, this one moment is so significant that it just basically null and voids the last 2 years of television. So what was the point of watching anything?
Well, yeah, that's just a ridiculous take.
Yeah, I think so as well. I think that just shows you how
I would say that person is a nuanced.
People are so flip flopped on their opinions on so quickly.
I would say that person probably believes like what Roman said in kayfabe, which is like I gave you guys 2 years or 2.5 years without being around, and you guys couldn't make it bigger than it was than when I was here. You know what I'm saying? And now it's just like, oh yeah, we just had rinse and repeat. Cody overcoming the odds, whatever. I think. That's just a ridiculous take, but I could see somebody saying that if they were taking a distant, bird's eye, view at it, I guess.
Yeah, but again, not surprised. Again, it is curious to see it seems like the next feud for Jacob is going to be Jay. But I guess how does it relay back to Roman? I guess at some point, does it ever relay back to Roman, or is this, to your point, Solo is still basically the only one left that hasn't recognized that he can't do it without his tribal chief and has to work his way back? But for Solo to do it, he's got to be
he's conceited.
He's got to come with his tail tucked between his legs and be very apologetic. And I don't think Roman is going to do anything. I don't think he's going to make it easy for him. But again, I don't know where this story is going. But again, unsurprisingly, Jacob losing and having to acknowledge him.
I really did. That was good. Show don't tell at the end of that segment where Solo and MFTs are in you see them ringside, just watching. And I was like, oh yeah, they did come. But as I said, it wasn't literally got to wear the word out, but not acknowledging Roman. They don't acknowledge Roman, but just in the sense that oh, I brought Jacob in, so this is what you get without me. This is where you led yourself a different form of jail or some shit. But no, it'd be cool to see him fighting Jay. What if we get a just made this up because you would have to put this in the mid card, but it's effectively elevated mid card because it would be internal bloodline feud. But like, if you could somehow build them to the point of going into a bloodline rules match, but while they're still within the bloodline, because it's just like, you know, like you're in a fraternity, you gotta fucking just, all right, y'all fight it out, whatever, you know, that'd be interesting. But yeah, I had that at a mid.
I agree with you.
Jacob acknowledging Roman. My last thought on that is like that shot of him with like kneeling down in the moment. I thought it was like a little unnecessary, but then again, as I like maybe like a half second later, I thought he should just be as obnoxious as possible. Like, obviously, like Roman is laid back, like even as a character, but acknowledging.
Back, but I understand what you mean.
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean,
Reserved.
as the tribal chief, yeah, reserved. I guess that's more so. He's not boisterous in that way. Yeah, of course he can be, but that's my point. Is that where I was like, he doesn't have a ring, but I was like, he should literally kiss a ring, and that's kind of where my mind ended up at because you put this dog on a leash.
Crown jewel.
Yeah, right. Or kiss, yeah, whatever.
And then it's like you gotta kiss the crown jewel ring.
Or like we know it's the Ulafala, or you gotta put the Ulafala on. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that'd be better.
Yeah, that's more to the family, but that's the last bit. But yeah.
What do you want to talk about next?
Yeah, Primos.
Both matches.
Yeah, both of them.
Which one you want to talk about first?
The men's King of the Ring. Even though it was obvious, we knew who was gonna be.
Yeah, but I think the way it was done is why this is in Primo, because even just the beginning, like Oba's music is still going on, and he's like on the apron, not even in the ring, and like they attack him, and he, like fends all three of them off, and then it still hits his pose.
It was nonstop. Like
the music was still playing, and he hits his pose with the lights on, perfectly timed, and it was like that looked great. The domination between all of them, like, yeah, you just lost to Brock Lesnar, but again, if you want to, people be like, okay, like it's Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like this dude is still unstoppable. So any normal situation, probably a mid, maybe shake, because again, obvious, probably mid. But again, how it was done, gets it raised up to Primo.
I agree with that definitely. Solo came like I thought he was gonna win way more than I should have. Like in this match, but I guess once again that probably just goes to the production. Like this is a shout out to who the producer is, like who put this together. I guess more than anything. The other Primo we got Seth. I think it feels like the end of Seth and Braun, but obviously this is not a pay per view, and I think what pushed
1-1, aren't they?
I guess that's really the question. I'm
pretty sure they split 1-1. So like,
but what pushed this the Primo for me? This would have been mid, like the top mid, but what pushed it? I told you it's a big deal anytime Heyman gets hit. So that's literally what pushed it into
the spear.
Yeah, he got speared. So it's just like, and looking at back, it's like obviously it's a 62 or however old like Paul Heyman is, like old man, and it's like he's running fast and shit, but it's like as gentle as I possibly could be. For him.
Rumor passing through, apparently, Braun Breaker was seen at the hotel afterwards.
I saw the video.
With a mean limp. I didn't see the video. I just saw the still images. Did it look?
That's a significant limp. It's a significant limp. I mean, he wasn't putting any. It was weird because
he didn't have like a boot on or anything. He was just like.
No, he didn't have a boot. I mean, he had like track pants on or whatever. He's like waiting for an elevator.
Yeah. But...
And I mean, he could have had it on underneath.
No, you're not having a boot underneath.
Or not a boot, my bad. I mean, I think like a brace, like a knee brace or something. You could have had underneath that. But clearly, I don't want to say it's a knee thing, but he was not putting any pressure on his like right leg. Like he was fine, and then all of a sudden, like he's just like immediately limp, like and somebody's helping him over to a seat, like right next to the elevator. So that would be Loki. I think I had that as my morbid champion of the week. I didn't put it in there because I did see that video too. You just reminded me of that.
But yeah, I mean, I put that at the Primo too. I think the match was also pretty good too. A little bit too much shenanigans. Obviously, you had to get Montez to come out. You had Austin Theory who had taken out someone earlier with a chair, and then came back later out tonight, and then did some more damage with the chair. Yeah, still enjoyable, and then anytime Paul Heyman takes a bump like that, it's something serious.
Exactly.
Last thing that we had here that we both agreed upon was mid. Io Sky getting the Queen of the Ring tournament win against Flash, Juliet, Roxy.
Worker of the year, right there.
Predictable,
She's
but like good hands, good match.
Yep, for sure. What else you got? Oh yeah, no, that was the last bit you had up there. Okay, yeah, I rewatched the. I didn't see the initial clip that you were talking about, but they did follow it up with another one with LA Knight talking about how he felt like he's been doing Roman's bidding and all this stuff, and how he's waiting on him hand and foot. So I really did like that confrontation.
From last week.
Yeah.
So Jimmy.
Oh no, he was talking to Adam Pearce directly. This week.
Okay,
yeah. So that's why I said I missed the one with Jimmy, but I saw this one. He was talking to Adam Pearce directly.
Okay.
But he was like, "Yo, you've been fucking waiting like the last 2-3 weeks." He's like, "Where's my title?" He's like, "You give this man his title and all this stuff." Like, so he called him out for it. And Adam Pearce is like, "I'm doing my job." Like, not he didn't say catering to my champion, but that's effectively what he said. Like, I mean, he is the man. If you want to change it, like beat him, basically. But I enjoyed that too. So yeah, that was definitely worth a note on Raw. That's the last bit that I got.
That's it from the flagship. Let's head over to NXT and talk about.
I don't even want to talk about it that much.
There's really not much, and this is kind of indicative. Like the only two things that I have on here is that basically is what has piqued my interest so far for NXT through this transition period that they're going through. Zarya getting the win over Lizzie Rain, and then was going to have a further beatdown after the match until Tatum Paxley came out and was like, "You get a title shot with me for my North American Championship next week." So I just like the fact that like it seems like Zarya is like the ultimate badass. I definitely do think she's going to end up winning NXT Women's Championship before she gets called up into the main roster. But right now, Zarya, even though she doesn't have a title, she's looking for her first singles title. I think she is basically the face of the women's division.
For it,
and then the double number one contender matches that we have set for next week. On the men's side, Mason Rooks versus Naroku for the NXT number one contender NXT Men's Championship, and then on the women's side, Kalani versus Kendall Gray for the women's side. Both of these I could end up honestly somehow end up working, and this would be getting a title shot at Great American Bash, the same night as Forbidden Door, the same night as a TNA Slammiversary, the day after Saturday night's main event. So
very clogged weekend.
Yeah, a lot of points on that weekend. At least 2 points. Yeah. But yeah, I can see both these matches ending in like double countouts, and then we have triple threats for both of them. But I don't know. It's kind of 50-50. I feel like Naruku probably wins against Mason Rooks, and then Kendall Gray and Kalani. I feel like I'd have to go Kalani.
Yeah. Okay.
But I could see Kendall winning it. I could see Mason Rooks winning it. I can see, like I said, both those matches ending in double count, double pinfalls, and they end up calling it a triple threat. So I don't know really, but those are the two. Everything that's most my intrigue. Everything else on the show, not necessarily bad. It's just I'm just not quite yet invested in, and I'm just chalking that up to like the transition period. The Tony D, Cam Hendricks match. I was like, I know Cam Hendricks is not winning this match.
Yeah, and
it was all right, The speed titles, I'm like, okay, they might be again can get probably as like a mid at best at any of those matches. I don't care for Shiloh Hill.
Yeah.
But
I mean, you're taking words out of my mouth where I'm just like, I'm looking at the Bleacher Report right now, and I remember I just put a Reggie for the show where I was like, I just still don't care about NXT 3.0.
It's a transition period again.
I know. Like, but you were right to point out, like, I mean, really outside of the top belts and Saquon Sugars, I really don't care about anything. Like, that's basically the end of the list. And I'll give you Lizzie Rain.
Yeah,
that's it.
I think she's also the only one so far that's really like made an impression.
I mean, Mason Rooks has a way different look where it's like, okay, I want to see him like work, right?
Yeah, but if we fall for Cam Hendricks, it's the same thing. Mason.
Well,
Rooks is
yeah,
doing
he's
the
not
exact
gonna-
same shit. He's not.
Yeah.
He hasn't done anything worth
Exactly.
to getting a title shot. And really, even Naruko, like you just debuted. Like Tony's not losing. Whoever he's facing on at Great American Bash, he is
He's
not
winning,
losing
yeah.
this title.
Exactly.
Like, and then Lola, if it's, I think that I don't think Lola would be that short of a champion, but I could see you wanting to put the title on Kendall or Kalani.
Yeah. Either one.
Yeah.
I mean, it still work, but yeah, I agree that I think it's a moot point of who's winning either one of these number one contendership matches.
Yeah.
For the most part.
But you did say like you were intrigued in like the Dark State and Saquon. Like they
Yeah.
had a match against not OTM. Who they
The
figured?
Culling and the OTM
Culling.
fought the Culling, didn't
Okay,
they?
yeah.
But was it maybe those young boys? Hold on, I'm bringing up the Bleacher Report right now. Come on, load up screen. No.
Pretty sure it was like early in the night.
Okay, Dion Lennox. Okay,
Miles,
Miles.
Tavian Heights and Miles.
Yeah,
Bourne,
Miles
yeah.
Bourne. Yeah, that's what it was. Okay.
They were saying like maybe obviously Tavian Heights is eventually gonna turn on Miles Bourne and turn his attention towards his North American Championship. So
yeah,
it's early again. At what point do? Because I said this before, but then like that was I guess before the roster shift. I was a little early on that, I guess. But if at what point, how many more weeks do you think you got until like it's a big concern that NXT hasn't found their footing?
Well, Great American Bash is when that next
28.
28, so 3 weeks. I'd say, that's 3 weeks from now.
2 weeks.
Or two. Oh yeah, it's the 6th now. That's 3 weeks. Yeah. So either way, if I'm not good with you by like mid-July, August, I guess maybe I'm rolling into like whatever that next pay-per-view would be. Really, like how am I feeling going into that next pay-per-view? Because Great American Bash right now ain't doing nothing for me.
Yeah.
So that's really what it is. If it's 3 pay-per-views
like
in a row
or something like that. Or,
yeah, it'll be. Oh man, just from that name, if it's Roadblock, I know that ain't shit either. So, but yeah, it's pretty weak over on NXT for me.
So I assume there's nothing else from the bodega for you this week.
Nah.
Neither am I. Let's head over to the coffee shop for Dynamite and our old stompy grounds.
Yeah.
Literally used to be in the stadium almost every week during the winter months. Siegel Center in Richmond, Virginia, home of the VCU Rams. Go Rams, go! Yeah, crazy that like 90 miles away. We missed out on Mercedes Mone returning.
Yeah, right.
Probably a primo just for that, and then she was the wild card against Alex Windsor, ends up for the own card quarterfinal, end up getting the win on that and advancing. So that was obviously a given when she came out. Obviously a given that she was going to win this. But were you surprised? Because some people thought it was going to be Jamie Hayter or like not Jamie Hayter, but who's Alex Windsor's partner? Jamie Hayter, right?
Yeah, Jamie Hayter,
yeah,
partner.
Maybe it was going to be a wild card or someone I forget from Japan, or someone from like Stardom. Possibly.
Yeah, when it comes to like the first people that I'm thinking of, I mean, I literally just 2 weeks ago I said, "Man, where's Mercedes?" You know? So I'm like, she was very top of mind for me. So surprised that not surprised that she was the wild card, but like I guess this week I wasn't thinking about it, but it's like, oh okay, she's here now. Okay, so I guess I wasn't that surprised overall as a wrestling fan.
It was good to have her back though.
Yeah. The other, because
you have that as a mid. That was pretty much just for the return.
Well, once again, as I said before, this is a top shelf episode, so everything's almost like scaled up half a point. Where it's sure, I'll just say that it's right on the line. Effectively, I would think of it as a primo moment just because Mercedes is coming back, but like by usual TV standards, Mercedes is going to beat Alex Windsor like you would usually say. So that's why. I'm factoring that half point in, or out, however you want to look at it. You know,
that's fair. Let's talk about your primos then.
And the same thing goes for MJF and Roosh.
Yeah.
Actually, let's go there.
Okay, yeah,
because that started. Yeah, that was the other mid, and that started the show.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I mean, once
you know,
again,
MJF's not losing.
of course, exactly. But primo match going like 18 minutes, something like that. Like
Roosh didn't tap out.
Yeah, he gave him the finger instead and blacked out. But he got every bit of offense in. He gave him the horns clean, and got a foot under a rope, I think, or foot on the rope. That's how that kick out went. So he didn't even kick out of it. It was just the savvy vet, But yeah, hey, we get even Crimson Mask, busted open from the what is it, the ring, not the ring post, but the turnbuckle, because he ripped the turnbuckle off. Hits Roosh with it, like not Crimson Mask, not that level, but busted open, So yeah, I enjoyed a lot of it. Or all of it, I should say.
Okay.
And for that to be like a relatively like short build of like I would say like a weekly contender, basically, like not a pay-per-view contender, but like Bruce has been featured like the last like 4 to 5 weeks and getting wins consecutively. So and talking his shit, so it makes sense. But to put a button on him, I'm like, yeah, I enjoyed that. Gave us a great match. The Primos, yeah. Kevin Knight retaining against Speedball Mike Bailey.
Yeah, it was a good match. I probably put this as mid.
I think maybe
and I guess it gets watered down because Kevin Knight ended up joining the Don Callis family.
I don't think that's watered. I don't think that's watered down at all. I think it's just like the move that you do. Like
that's so no. It just shows that you don't have confidence in this man talking by himself and getting over.
Oh, and out of kayfabe. I was thinking in kayfabe, but yeah, maybe possibly so. I mean, he's had the mic.
Like I literally just said Don Callis family being Wu-Tang.
Yeah,
and it's just like we were, and then they had a run-in during this Ospreay and Mark Davis match, and it's like I was like, you notice that Andrade ain't running in, Kevin Knight ain't running in, Okada ain't running in, like. They not running in because that's not their job. Because you got 13.
Everybody got a role to play
to be able to do that. It's like they had the whole D, C, and probably B squad.
Yeah, no facts.
Run in during that match.
No, you're absolutely right. But the Kevin and Speedball band, I think I was gonna say the last bit on them was, I think I'm just like Shoes, where it's like, man, I'm just a sucker for those roundhouses. Like, because the guys sell them so well, it's like it just reminds me of like. Because we had him and Okada as one of the matches of the year, or a nominee at least. It was like, oh yeah, Okada woke up for this match. He was like, oh, I got a good guy. It's like every single time I was like, those things are fucking stiff as fuck. He's able to like, when he says he's got been doing Taekwondo since he was 6, I believe that shit. Because that motherfucker is doing the crane kick, gets caught, pushed back down, and then immediately just goes into a thrust like front kick into like Kevin Knight's face. It's just like, because nobody else can do that. Like nobody else in wrestling can do like as convincingly to me like kicking strikes like that. So it's just like, man, he be laying them shits in. But yeah, UFO splash and low blows for the win for Kevin Knight and being part of the Don Callis family. He's learning his winning ways. But the main event. And also, I guess I would say definitely a big, the next major story note, I guess, in Ospreay's story for this year. Because what started this off was Mark Davis breaking his neck effectively by doctor stoppage. And that's what caused him to even join the Death Riders in the first place. But yeah, like you said, we get the B, C, and D squad. Don Callis.
And honestly, like, it's a great match. It's still a primo for me, but that whole run-in spot, I get it, but
it's as clean as possible because they didn't take anything away.
Like, it was like if you took that entire section out, those matches still would have been. It still would have been a primo. Yeah. Like it did nothing for me. I was just like, okay, this is just a moment to kind of get everybody on the show.
Yeah.
For the last 5 minutes, and I'm like,
and then in kayfabe, it's a revenge spot where Moxley is protecting his new protege. Yeah, effectively. So.
You get Takeshita, Kyle Fletcher, again, I get it. It was just, it's just like it had nothing to do with the match, and I'm just like, you could take that entire 5-minute span of everybody coming in and spamming their finishers, and I'm like, still a primo match. Like that doesn't do anything to elevate it or negate it. It's just a waste of time for me. But still primo match. Like,
yeah. So he advances in the Owen. Damn. Check. I'm gonna look up the Owen tournament real quick. You know who he's going against right now?
No.
You know he's on. Or okay, I'll figure it out in a second. But the Shakes, my queen, my white queen Tekla.
She does more than call out. She disrespects.
Yeah.
Stardom.
Yeah, she called out the entire roster, saying like, "Hey, all you bitches ain't shit."
On the screen.
Yeah. She had the Sisters of Sin go up the ramp and pull out a 10-foot ladder so she can climb up the ladder and just spit on the Stardom logo. Like, all you bitches ain't shit. And I'm just like, as long as the title ain't on the line, she's losing that match. Like, for sure.
Most people just want to build up like her heeldom, and it's just like, like I said I was gonna do what I was gonna do.
Yeah. And then the last thing I had, this was a Collision corner right here. Best thing on Collision. Ciampa is continuing a rivalry with Jericho. He came out for a promo and was invoking Jericho and said he had a list of 1,004 reasons why he hated Chris Jericho. So I'm pretty sure number one was Fozzy sucks. It was either number one or number two. I can't remember, but yeah, he started going through them, and then I'm gonna kick your ass basically. So
yeah. Anything else?
No, that was Dynamite, but a really, really great episode.
Let's head over to the gallery for the book of wrestling. Moody, we have one on the gallery for this week.
Light week, very light week. June 6th, 2011. Who was tough enough? Andy Levine was announced as the winner of WWE's Tough Enough revival on an episode of Raw in Richmond, Virginia. Some more synergy there. Just 2 months after the series host Stone Cold Steve Austin announced him as the winner, he was suspended for 30 days due to the wellness policy violation and was let go quietly from the company less than 12 months after. So
that's great. I've never heard of this.
Which is why I named it Who Was Tough Enough, because I'm like, I feel like I remember Maven.
Yeah, that's
and
the first
Nydia.
one. No, they were the first.
Exactly. But then after them, I don't remember. Like, was The Miz? The Miz was on NXT, like the first rendition of NXT when they had
he was a coach.
Oh yeah, that's right. He was a coach on that. That's right.
I think he just debuted.
Yeah.
Maybe he was a tough enough.
That's what I'm thinking.
I feel like he just kind of
he was a coach on NXT. That's what I was thinking about.
He coached Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember that. Yeah, I remember I watched the first season, and then after that, I just did not keep up with it. At least I don't remember.
Yeah, I was hearing that name, Adam Levine. I was like, I have no idea who
Andy.
This is. Oh, Andy Levine. Yeah.
Adam is a singer.
Yeah.
So that's Levine, or
yeah, I think that's how you say it. Yeah.
Maroon 5, dude. That's it for the gallery. Let's head to the last international show, because I did not know they were in Italy still. So I was scrolling through Reddit during the early afternoon. I was getting SmackDown updates. I'm like, what? That's crazy. But SmackDown in Bologna, Italy. We agree on our primo.
Yep.
Ricky Saints getting the win over Carmelo Hayes. Holding on the tights, but as you say, clean up the heel, but still quality match between these two guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
What did Bleacher Report give? I'm about to look it up. Give your thoughts on it.
No, I mean, really, this was just an extension of the U.S. title division, where it's not we did stop the open challenge, but the quality is still there. So I would say it's at least a B, bare minimum.
B plus.
Okay, yeah, minimum. So it's probably the best thing on the show.
Sure. They said that you could tell they were kind of holding back, but they know that they're going to have another match where they really going to show out. So, no, that's what it kind of felt like, but still, I really enjoyed it. Ricky gets a win by holding the tights. The Melo's going to get his get back, and then you're going to have a grudge match. So good talented, two talented young men.
For the mids, had the King of the Ring and Queen of the Ring matches myself. So Dom getting the win. This is a stacked match too. Dom beating Damian Priest, Braun Breaker, and Trick Williams.
Yeah.
realizing that I'm like, oh dang, everybody in this, like just looking at the graphic, all the guys are holding titles, you know. So I'm like, okay, ain't nothing to sneeze at. But yeah, Dom, does that surprise you at all?
A bit, but it also makes sense with the character of Dom being the like overachiever.
Yeah,
You know, constantly down, but you know he also cheats as well.
Judgment Day.
But he is facing Obafemi next week as well. So.
Yeah, so that's about to come to a screeching halt.
Would it?
Yeah.
You don't think Dom is gonna
What
somehow?
is Liv gonna do? What is
white,
JD? What is
white
JD?
dope seductress?
Oh, okay. You know that man is from the continent in kayfabe. You know he is.
And you,
Dr. Umar,
we
he is not doing
we
that.
do not know that dude is Dr. Umar. That dude could be.
He said on NXT, women should be seen, not heard. That is what he said. So come on,
and he would.
That's closer. That's closer to Umar than we are.
And he would think that as an African man to be like, yeah, a white woman would definitely
fall under that. Don't speak to me. Like
no, he feel like he could control a white woman. That's what he would think.
Yeah, maybe.
That's what Obafemi would think. I think Liv seductress could work.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine Liv and fucking Oba as a faction?
She leaves Dom for Oba.
That'd be hilarious.
No, yeah.
But yeah, Dom versus Oba next week. Good luck for Dom on that. But yeah, and then Raquel getting the win over Kiana, JC, and Bailey. And I have this as one of my mids, the aftermath of it, where Julia ends up turning on Kiana because did you end up catching how it happened?
I did see. Yeah.
Yeah, she ends up basically thinking Julia cost her the match, but really she was trying to help her.
Yeah.
And Julia was just done having Kiana just yell at her. Eventually, jumps on her, starts throwing some punches, and she's doing it in her home country too.
Yeah, and her hair is blonde, so that means a character change. So yeah, like you said, I think she's right. She's a face now. She turned on Kiana. So, and then
Raquel getting the win. Do you think this eventually leads her to end up choosing? Does she end up winning and end up choosing Liv? Because Liv's also in the tournament, which is weird.
Yeah, right. That'd be cool to have that.
Yeah, you get the challenge. If Liv wins it, then she's going to challenge, obviously, Rhea, and then you get Rhea versus Liv
again for two titles. Liv, that'd be sick.
Double champ Rhea,
or well, no, because if she wins Queen of the Ring, then Rhea has to put the title. Yeah. So I went through the tournament.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, but I'd still have Rhea probably winning though. I don't know. That'd be sick though if they did that. I'd be like, holy shit. The last minute
maybe Raquel cost her the title.
That, yep. And then we build that up until Survivor Series.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah. Maybe SummerSlam if you do that.
Oh yeah, true.
Well, no, because the match would happen at SummerSlam, and then
the match is at SummerSlam.
Yeah, Liv was to win that the Queen of the Ring. Our final mid here, Jade and Michin get the win over Tiffany and Charlotte.
And just to add to your point earlier, I was almost about to roll into it because I didn't have too much to say about it, but just talking about the improvement of Jade, carrying as the bigger girl that she is.
Yeah.
And being confident in that role. Like, she looked really good right here. And pinning Tiffany, the U.S. champion. So I know she's not worried about that title.
There are some shenanigans. The numbers did not lie, and they spelled disaster for Tiffany and Charlotte. But especially because Alexa is out, Rio's unable to be cleared to perform.
Is her hands busted up? It's her hand, right?
I forget what happened, but
they took her
Nick Aldis just said that you're in no condition to perform tonight and whatnot. So
because the baddies
that's why we ended up having a 2-on-2 match versus a 3-on-3. So. But I enjoyed the match. Surprised though that Tiffany and Charlotte lost, and it had no fault of them miscommunicating. It was just the numbers advantage. That the baddies had. Shake.
Yeah, my favorite thing still of the year. Like you said, you mentioned it. Danhausen, anything really, just a continuation of this. Miz being annoyed at Danhausen and coming into his home, so he called it, and he's like, "Don't touch that! Don't touch that!" And Miz is just knocking everything over until the point he's like, "Definitely don't touch that." He touches it, and he gets electrocuted. So that's what you get, Miz. And we're continuing the cartoon shenanigans of Danhausen, and I love it. And then the last bit I had was and I eruption happened when Sammy was talking to Nick Aldis, like, "Oh man, what's so important that you don't have 1 minute for me?" You know, because he's just bitching and moaning.
Yeah.
Again. And he's like, "Actually," and we see it's Chad Gable, and yeah, that arena erupted seeing Chad Gable. He got Gable chants and stuff, and then also later, I don't know if it's the same segment, I think it was later, but he sees Ray Phoenix
Yeah.
and basically apologizes to him as the faces all luchadors about how he disrespected Lucha Libre and like he learned from his mistake. So Chad Gable is a face, clearly.
Yeah.
And on SmackDown. So got moved to SmackDown.
Yep, that's good to see him back, and let's see how far they push. I'll probably put that at shake just to have him return. We also found out, confirmed that basically, because it was mentioned earlier, I guess, put out there earlier this week, Finn Balor is also being switched over to SmackDown.
Oh, okay.
Get away from the Judgment Day, so you're pulling basically what you did with
Oh,
Damian
yeah,
Priest.
right, yep.
So you got a vignette as well as far as like Finn Balor coming to SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
But that is SmackDown.
Yep, facts.
We did have Gunther talk about. I think I missed that segment. Gunther.
And Cody and Sammy. Yeah, all three of them were in the ring. Gunther just saying what we said before about Clash in Italy, that his foot was under the rope.
Mm-hmm.
But that's how we started the show, actually.
Yeah,
because he was messing up the announce table and everything. And Cody saying, "You're right. We can have your rematch." And he said we could have it tonight, but then Gunther was like, "Nah."
Mm-hmm.
So, and then that added also to there was some part of that where Sammy comes out and Gunther knocks Cody into Sammy, and they talk about it afterwards. But yeah, just adding up very similar, not booking exactly, but like you said, Raquel predicting the Raquel turn, or costing Liv, very similarly. Sammy at least costing Cody, I believe, the title. I can see that. So.
Okay.
Yep.
Anything else for SmackDown?
No, that is it.
Let's head over to the big portion of this episode. We have no pop-up shows, but we do have first time ever. I think this is going to be a good technique because, like I said, whatever we nominate will be our early nominations that we'll look back again at the end of the year, make our adjustments. But we're doing the Uppie's 2026 mid-season nominee contenders list.
Yep.
Early winners, if you want to say, but can they hold that title for the following 6 months that we have left in the year? What do we want to start? What category we want to start with? So we're going to go through each category that we have and then list out potential nominees, early front runners, and whatnot for each category.
The easiest one of this, men's superstar of the year. Right now, to me, far and away, Danhausen. Danhausen, Roman, MJF, and Oba. And I know those lists, we get up to like 5 and 6 sometimes, or I don't know how many we be putting down there. I know it's more than 4. So This is just, like I said, top of mind, or like you said, top of mind right now. Is there anybody else you're thinking for superstar of the year? Seth?
Possibly. And what I'm also, like I told you before when we were talking about it in Upod, I'm also putting projections. So I'm like, if we come to find out that like Seth Rollins just did not win a title, that doesn't necessarily mean he can't be nominated, but you gotta make sure like whatever you do throughout the year has to keep us reminding us like, I'm still that nigga.
Yeah.
So I think Seth is possibly an projection nominee. Oba, I think is a good one. You put Danhausen as your number one, I get it, but Oba actually does ring work. So his character, that's why I would give it to Oba.
So that's a different category. So segue into the other one, men's worker of the year, who I have Oba as number 1 right now.
But, I would not put Oba as the worker of the year. I would put like someone like Ospreay or
sure. But Oba, Mox, Ospreay, Cody. Just
Takeshita.
Right now. Takeshita.
Okada. Like Oba is like, yes, he's doing great work, but it's within the character of it, and I'm like, that ain't like, that ain't Kurt Angle, that ain't Ben Wall,
of course not,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But as far as front facing and being seen every week working, Oba is there for WWE right now. But I agree with everything you just said for sure.
I would give him right now. I would say he's probably my.
He's leading for WWE category.
Yeah,
Would you say that?
He's over Danhausen in my opinion, as far as like superstar of the year.
Overall superstar of the year.
Yeah. For worker, he's not up there.
Okay, sure.
Like if he is, he's like if like MVP voting list, he's probably like 7th or 8th.
So yeah. No, I agree.
He's at the bottom of that, and that's no disregard to his working ability. It's just like I get within the wrestling world of what your character is and the domination of it, but unless like you do an Iron Man match or something like maybe not an Iron Man match, but again just something that requires not speed running through an opponent.
Yeah, I agree. Outside of a squash match, right? Yeah. So added Takeshita for sure. Fletcher just came back. Can't put him.
Becky Lynch actually for superstar.
I have her as worker, without a doubt, worker.
Yeah.
And then she's nominated for superstar.
She could probably need both. Honestly,
she probably could. But women's superstar. We'll just talk about them both at the same time. So superstar, I have for sure Tekla, Jade, Becky, Rhea. That's just nominated. Women's worker,
maybe Liv.
Liv, yeah, sure. Liv definitely goes.
Because she won championship, came back,
Liv
and then
women's worker. I just got Becky. Like I don't even have another nominee right now. It's Becky.
Mercedes obviously is going to be.
She just came back, but that's a projection for the rest of the year.
Yeah, Tony's out for the year.
Tekla. I'd say Tekla is a strikes. Also, she's not like a.
I would put her in there, but
I enjoy her matches.
I would put her as a nominee, but I don't think she's winning.
All right, at least nominee wise, just put her in there. That's what I have also for women's superstar, just everything. Jade, Becky, Rhea, Liv, and Tekla. So 5 right now. Maybe Stat. I can see Stat Daddy being in there.
Worker?
Yeah, worker. Yeah.
Possibly, yeah. I wouldn't be mad though, actually, we could look back on this in December and be like,
oh yeah, of course.
Probably remove that nominee or switch that nominee out for this person and whatnot. So I'm not married to any of these. We're just building out the list.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Just trying to think some more. Women's worker, okay. Best matches of 2026. I'm sure somebody put a list up there by now.
Yeah, we're getting close to the midseason.
I guess technically halfway point would be the end of June. I was just thinking June is the 6 months.
What other categories we got?
Other category. Tag team of the year.
Yeah, there's FTR.
I got FTR.
Depends on what happens there. Yeah, the Young Bucks. Depends on what happens with the Street Profits.
True. CNC.
Yeah,
right now.
Definitely.
All AEW because WWE does not.
You think
talk about
Priest and Truth end up being nominated?
I mean, sure. Maybe just from the.
Anything
from winning.
Do you think that's gonna last until Priest and Truth are
no.
into December?
No, I don't think that's lasting.
Don't put that on the list.
WWE does not give a fuck about their tag teams.
Got the War Raiders winning the AAA title.
They just did that. Who else? We got women's. I'll say women's tag team.
Forces.
Nominate them. Yeah.
Bree and Paige.
Sure, and with a return.
I'm projecting. I'm like Bree and Paige. Depends on what happens with Nikki and everything like that. Like if they go the way I'm predicting, Bree is gonna turn. Nikki's gonna turn on Paige.
To kick her out. Yeah. Like, bitch, it's my sister.
You was holding this belt for me.
Yeah. The Divine Dominion, those are the AEW Women's Tag Team Champions.
Yeah. You could have had with Willow and Harley tag team.
Oh yeah.
But they kind of cut that off.
Yeah. Babes of Wrath.
Babes of Wrath.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, again, WWE, I mean, they took a axe to a lot of their tag teams, so it's hard to even think of it. The Usos?
Yeah. Right, yeah, the Usos, yeah.
Maybe
That's crazy that fucking New Day is going.
I was like, maybe New Day
New
once
Day's
they debut
gone.
in AEW, if they end up going to AEW, it's like
that's crazy. That's
because
crazy
you know
to
they're
get
gonna
that.
immediately like and be like Copen Cage versus New Day.
Yeah. All right, so I got FTR, Young Bucks, CNC. I think those are all three of those are pretty far ahead right now.
Yeah,
And then Irresistible Forces, Brian Page, the Usos.
I'd say favorites right now are CNC.
Yeah. Either them or FTR, because
Or
FTR had
FTR too,
FTR had
yeah.
matches with both of them. So
Yeah.
it was phenomenal. This is the one that's probably actually the lock if I had to stop smoking my my meth that Mark Briscoe be passing to me.
Yeah.
But breakout star of the year, this is obviously Danhausen. Like I take him off of
Yeah.
because of the reason I put Superstar.
Other one is Obafemi.
Yeah, well, yeah. I think Superstar accounts for wrestling and character.
No, we have to check if Oba won it last year.
True.
But yeah.
Yeah. When I think of Superstar, it accounts for your wrestling and your character, like the overall package. I mean, Breakout is also the same thing, but like it's just that Danhausen's Superstar, like, or his character is a fucking 99. You know what I mean? And it's dragging up the other ratings, so to speak. He's like a maxed out bard, basically.
Yeah.
But I got Trick and Sol Ruka.
Yeah, those are good nominees. So
Yeah, put Oba in here again.
He's Intercontinental Champion. Other nominees for breakout stars.
Kevin Knight winning the TNT title.
I mean,
I know you don't like. I mean,
again, it's early. That's like, if anything, it's probably a shake for me back on Dynamite. But it just gave me a lack of trust that this dude can get over as a heel.
Yeah.
Through mic work
mm-hmm.
on a weekly basis, that you have to, even if he's going to talk, like at least you got him doing 50% of the work instead of 100% of the work.
That's why I'm
to get himself over as a heel. It's just the fact that you're going to a squad that only has 15 people in it. It's just like, okay, like it just like I'd rather him join the Hurt Syndicate, even though I guess the Hurt Syndicate are faces. Like I'd rather him join a smaller faction, or like start your own faction.
Mm-hmm.
That like instead of joining Don Callis.
Yeah.
Like join Ricochet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that would have been a better.
Yeah, that would have given them some more prestige for sure.
Yeah.
Ricochet and Kevin Knight together. I can understand that for
sure.
Yeah,
I'm not mad at having him as a breakout because again, even potential, like it's early, it just happened. Who's to say this doesn't work out in his favor and he's one of the top three?
Yeah.
Surpasses or Andrade.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, if Don Callis had to put the AEW championship or one of the main titles on one of his roster, it's always going to be Okada. That's his favorite son.
Yeah.
Probably over Kyle Fletcher.
Probably. Yeah. Who else comes to your mind?
That's the moneymaker.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
He's the one that's funding the goddamn business of Don Callis. Any other potential breakouts?
That's what I'm wondering. I'm trying to think of more women. Lizzie Rain immediately comes to my mind. Zaria, yeah, she beat Soul, so yeah.
I can see her winning both the North American and the NXT Women's Championship in the same
by the end of the year.
Yeah,
dang, that's a call. Who else? Oh man, Tony D'Angelo. Like NXT is in a rough shape right now, for me at least. So it's like, I'm trying to think. Carmelo?
Yeah.
For breakout star? No. He's been around too long.
I mean, he won
that's actually a worker nominee. I agree with worker for him. Absolutely, actually. Yeah. Actually, that's a good
JC
Carmelo, yeah. Oh, JC Jane. Yeah. Yeah. I can see that.
She's on the main roster.
Yeah.
Mariah.
That's a projection.
Yeah. Again. Yeah, throwing potential names out there.
I'll put question marks up there for you.
Anybody on the men's side?
Well, yeah, Trick is right in our face. Oba's right in our face. Danhausen's in our face. Who else? See what how much does Chad Gable as an individual? Like it looks like he's about to be featured on SmackDown. So for an overall year. Mm-hmm. Depending on what it looks like, I think that's a way to break out a guy for sure. and it's like a way we've never seen before. If not,
it could be argued. It could be. I wouldn't be mad to put out Breakout Star because even though he's been around for a long time, like
yeah,
this
it's
is
a
different version. But like if this supersedes him into getting him like as like main like even
did he ever win the
bottom
US title?
tier main event status? I don't think so.
Yeah, he's never won a singles title. I don't think.
But yeah, I could potentially see that.
Yep, never won a singles title.
OMG moments of the year contenders.
He was speed champion for 190 days.
I wouldn't be surprised. Like, yeah, that was probably when they were on like
early shit. Yeah. But yeah, that's his only. So that don't count. But that's it.
OMG moments of the year contenders so far. Ospreay joining the Death Riders.
Yeah, that's that storyline.
The Vision continue to be on IR.
Yep.
Probably the early front runner is Darby winning
the
AEW title.
Yeah.
Especially in such quick fashion. Any other surprises? Any OMG moments?
Big OMG TV moments. I guess I would fold that into like him joining the Death Riders, but Mark Davis, like I said, breaking Ospreay's neck. I think that just counts as part of that. So, yeah, the biggest thing this year was definitely Darby winning for sure. Yeah, I can't think of anything from Darby or from AEW, excuse me.
Elbow squashing Brock at WrestleMania. Again, I brought that up yesterday, but again, it's like the fact that like maybe I said yesterday I brought up like Brock Lesnar retiring at WrestleMania, but obviously that doesn't matter because he actually fought him and they're gonna have a third match eventually. But he did squash him at WrestleMania.
Yeah, I know we got.
Is that an OMG? Because like we predicted it, but it's like, are they gonna give a black man that much power?
Yeah, I agree with the sentiment of that. I think because also I didn't put all the categories up here because I remember I did separate. I think that's pay-per-view moment or something like that. But I did distinct that OMG was on TV.
Okay.
Pay-per-view was just because those are going to be like the biggest moments anyway for the whole year. So I guess the OMG is supposed to be more of a TV surprise, like holy shit thing. But yeah, can't think of too much else right now. Rivalries.
This is clearly the front runner.
Oh yeah, La Lucha de los Grandes.
We didn't even talk about it, but we watched it on Saturday.
This is where I want to talk about. This is where I want to talk about.
I think the match. This is my opinion. This is like one battle after another coming out, and everybody's like, "Oh, it's gonna run away with blah blah blah," and then ended up winning everything. Unfortunately, not unfortunately, it's still a great movie, but obviously going against sinners, which I think there's probably a lot of sinners that we're gonna have as far as like great, but you just came up against a behemoth that just had a whole bunch of like good club to lose against El Grande versus El Grande Original. Yeah. What a great match. Great story. This is exactly what wrestling's about. Like
this was
sports entertainment wrestling specifically, but like it was so good.
Absolutely. I agree with that 100%. That's why I'm like, this is the best match. Like right now, I mean, because we're talking about match of the year and rivalry of the year for sure. Like match of the year is only between this and Roman and CM Punk. And
Takeshita Okada.
Sure. Yeah. But I think these are the two front runners for me right now. And
I would say those are the three. I would put Takeshita Okada in there. So those are the three. I'm sure there's another AW match that I'm probably forgetting. But those three right now are early contenders, but I think it's head and shoulders. It's not even no contest. El Grande versus
like that shit was amazing. Like when I tell you, like I've already rewatched it twice.
Oh yeah, I've seen.
I rewatched it twice, fully through.
Yeah, twice fully through, and then I showed my uncle highlights just to kind of get the point across with wrestling, and I'm like,
that was literally WrestleMania 40. That was WrestleMania 40.
That's basically like Cody. It's basically
that's
like
exactly
Cody
what it was.
defeating the Bloodline. It was like,
and for me, that is Cody is, I guess, the traditional, what you would say, like what WWE is best at, because that's a serious like white meat baby face, right? And we know this intrinsic story going along versus it's my type of wrestling that I enjoy, which is a lot more like indie or like just be silly with it. This is the perfect marriage of those two things. Like, it is not a coincidence.
Accidentally fell into it.
Exactly. And then not even to mention just the it wasn't just the match. It was the entire segment of literally, I would put that segment, that comic book storyline.
Yeah, from the point they show the vignette that goes into like them going into their
it's like 50 minutes.
You have to watch the entire goddamn thing all the way to the point where Chad Gable takes off his mask and
it is amazing.
Squinting. Every time he squints, it's just a pool of blood just falls out of his face. And then like he has family so he felt genuinely choked up in that moment. He's like, "No, I appreciate you guys so much." And then the fan reciprocation back to Gable.
Bro,
if you want to get somebody into wrestling, just show them that.
That's how.
And that is like, yo, you can be like, you can't tell me this ain't perfect.
My coworker Soto knows the entire storyline
of those Grandes.
I showed him. I showed him all of it. Because I was like, because immediately when I showed him, like before Chad Gable even took his mask off, he was like, that guy's rich. I was like, yeah, that's what we're always saying. And it's like, man, I showed him. I mean, we didn't sit and watch all of it, but I skimmed through like him taking his mask off, just gushing, bleeding. He's like, that dude's fucking nuts. And for whatever it's worth, Meltzer ratings, this is the highest, highest Meltzer rating ever for a WWE match. Like I said, I don't think that's a coincidence because it is the marriage of WWE production and just that dash seasoning of silliness of wrestling, because we know it's predetermined. Like, just let us.
And again, it's that belief. It's like, how do we believe like the people's elbow works? It's because it's just an elbow drop. But it's like, it's the connection that The Rock has with the fans.
That's exactly
what
El Grande
kind of bottling that energy up, and then the fans are just kind of channeling all that, and it goes all straight into his elbow drop. So that's why the people's elbows work. This dude El Grande,
he gets his power from the Mexican people,
and he got his ass whipped from the entire match. It started with him taking a guitar shot to the head. I love that too. He started immediately. Basically dominated this match for most of it. But El Grande, Americano, Ludwig could not be put down because the spirit of the Mexican people just would never let him die.
Mi gente, yeah, they were firing him up. Like every time he gets slammed down or he's in a submission, he just seemed like, oh, my people. Like we get the Creed Americanos coming. That's the first run in.
Julio Humberto.
Yeah, that's their names. That's right. And it's funny you said they're looking like ICE agents.
Yeah,
combat pants on and camouflage pants on and stuff, and like flak jackets. We get the good Americanos coming into Ryo and Bravo,
which I still can't tell which one is Pete Dunne and which one is Tyler Bate.
Soto immediately, we get to that part of the match, and he was like, "That guy's crazy." Tyler Bate, because he's the one who does the jumping spot. That was Tyler Bate, because he was like, "Man, they have to be perfect." I was like, "Yeah, basically."
You see his partner trying to catch him, him to catch him as well.
He's not supposed to take the move, but it's like, hey, real life, But we get that. We get the mariachi immediately. Soto, he's like, oh, mariachi hits him with the guitar, and he's like, oh, it's Pee-Pee. And he immediately remembered from I explained to him.
You know who Pee-Pee was?
From the vignette. I was explaining it to him, but he's like, oh, that's great. No, I showed you. Obviously, you've seen that. I have actually been watching AAA for this, and they've been building it up. Yeah, bringing the celebrity, hitting him with a walking stick.
Yeah,
like
Ludwig's girlfriend.
Yep, everything, man.
The kids at the end and them just dancing. It's just like, it's all perfect. It's all perfect. He goes up the ramp and then puts up it's perfect. It was a perfect from vignette to black screen.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can't
phenomenal.
Phenomenal. That's easily rivalry of the year. Rivalry of the year, and right now it's match of the year though. Yeah. Obviously, there's some ring worked match from AEW.
Yeah.
At All In. Or World's End easily. But again, that's like where we talked about last week.
When Will wins the title from MJF.
The last paper what was the last paper for
AEW? Fuck me. Revolution. No, not Revolution.
Not Revolution. Whatever the last pay-per-view was that we just came off of, saying that that's the highest rated, North American pay-per-view that we've done over, and that's over like WrestleMania 17. And I'm like, I can understand that. But they're two different pay-per-views. Like, they're two different shows. Now, I'm like, I can understand somebody picking, Ospreay Omega 3
Yeah.
over El
Yeah,
Grande
yeah.
Americano versus original Grande Americano. But I'm like, they're two different matches. But that's easily match and rivalry for me. Rivalry, we
Double
also
or nothing. I'm slow.
double or nothing.
Yeah.
Other rivalry contenders, MJF and Darby. We mentioned that was really great. That led up to
Scorching
Darby
hot for like
winning
4 months. Yeah.
the potential OMG moment. So it's like if he wins OMG moment, you think he has to have a real shot, right?
Yeah.
It's like, you know, when like a movie is nominated for like 6 categories, and it's
Oh,
like, well,
yeah,
if you
yeah.
win these categories, you gotta win Best
the big,
Picture.
Yeah, the big one. Yeah, exactly.
It's like, I don't know, but that's because you're going against a big baller in El Grande. Cope and Cage, FTR, also highly rated by Meltzer. Who gives a fuck what he thinks? But again, on the rare occasion that he does put up something that's like, oh, okay, damn, like you fall in line with the general public who really love this match at Double or Nothing, and obviously the build up to it, Cope and Cage kind of reuniting after being on some friction beforehand. So it's like
first title win in 25 years.
Yeah.
As a tag team. Yeah.
Trick and Sammy, possible nominee, because again, we get Yachty being introduced to Trick, elevating his character and his persona. Sammy, slow burning heel turn, doing the most devastating thing that we've probably seen, which is kill the gingerbread man. So we thought, because next week we had the funeral for the gingerbread man, and then
it was
come to
Yachty.
find out Yachty, he was alive and Yachty was in there. So it's like, bro.
Very fun.
Trick winning the title too back at WrestleMania. He got a huge pop for that as well. So very fun rivalry as well. Do we have any other possible projections? Like is Ospreay with Omega or Ospreay versus John Moxley?
Yeah. Ospreay. Is he gonna have to fight his way out of the Death Riders? That's what we think, right? I mean,
I don't know. Maybe he runs the Death Riders and they just kick Moxley out. I said that a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Who knows?
You're right. I mean, it's hard to just say like. I mean, literally, we're in the era, at least as far as work, it's Ospreay's world. You know what I'm saying? Like whenever he gets in the ring,
MJF Ospreay or MJF Omega.
And we've already seen how great that is over the international title. They had an hour long, the Iron Man match.
Swerve, maybe of like whatever happened to him with that. Like
he said, easy.
Mercedes Tekla.
Yeah, Mercedes Tekla. That's gonna be coming down. Like Mercedes will be the one to beat her for sure. I can see that.
Or what else we got? Roman
and who?
We get not Punk, maybe not Cody. I don't know. Jacob. But that's assuming like at this point right now between Roman and Jacob is not nominee worthy. Would you say?
No.
But if they continued it,
yeah, we pick it up and he's like,
does Jacob have to get over and knock Roman off, or like what has to happen for this to like?
I don't think he has to win the title, but he's got to.
Does he have to turn on him, or does the story like the turn happen next year? And like you just are just engaged in like the relationship and the storyline as far as like where Jacob
I mean,
is.
as long as they're slow burning and good, then yeah, I'll be along for the ride. But like, I would say that the turn is still.
Does like Jacob?
I think the turn is still this year.
You know, like Jay is like the right hand man.
Yeah.
Does Jacob eventually overtake that from Jay?
Yeah.
Does like Roman's trust?
I mean, we're halfway through the year now, so I guess that could go into next year for sure.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, is it storyline where like he's still part of the bloodline? It's just like maybe Roman is like, you know what, I got to make a change in leadership, and Jay, your title of right hand man is you've been stripped of it, and I'm giving it to Jacob.
Yeah.
And then we got that rivalry between Jacob and
I'll talk the bloodline rules match that I was talking about, like to have a. I guess basically you can only say mid card because it's not for the title, or not.
That would actually be pretty dope if they put that as like Jake Roman's.
That's the stipulation.
I'm gonna give you a chance to defend your title as right hand man against Jacob, and Jacob ends up winning that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would be interesting.
But so if we did put it on rivalry, it'd probably have a question mark. But it's like depends on how long.
And also Cody and Sammy, I would have that is there, but I would have that a question mark too because I think an OMG moment though. Would probably be whenever Sammy kicks Cody in the balls, or when he turns on Cody, like to cost him the title. That will be like a nominee for sure. Yeah, Takeshita Okada, you're right about that. But yeah.
Anything else that we want to nominate? Whatever category. like potential categories, anything else that we want to shout out as potential nominees, early nominees that we want to add to this list.
Man.
Projections.
Well, yeah, I guess. Well, I just projected one, which is Sammy Cody for rivalry. He's not winning the title off of Cody, but I think that could be a OMG moment nomination.
But you have high hopes. You have high hopes
for a continuation of them. Yeah.
Yeah, for Sammy and Cody.
Okay. Yeah. Them two on WWE. I would agree that. I mean, just
Brock
continue
Oba?
the bloodline.
Brock Oba for Robert.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, for sure. That definitely gets in here.
Especially if this is gonna end at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Like I said, if Oba wins,
Which he
King
should
of the
be
Ring,
better.
and he again SummerSlam 2 nights, you destroy Brock.
Yep.
On Saturday, and win.
He beat Roman on Sunday. Yeah.
Is he go Roman or Cody? Who is he choosing? I guess he's on Raw, so he's gonna go after Roman.
Yeah,
but
that's the champion in his face. I guess he can still lose that because the bloodline.
The numbers don't lie.
Yeah,
It's called the best for Oba.
Yeah.
Especially like niggas like Jacob.
Exactly.
And then maybe
he's on the leash at that point.
And maybe you get Solo to eventually to show his ultimate loyalty to come back to the family. Like maybe at some point, like Solo's like, I want to come back to the family, and Roman's like, nah, we good over here. And then Solo's got to like basically show how loyal he is, and eventually basically ends up once the entire bloodline gets thrown out by the referee, Solo comes out of nowhere, basically helps Roman retain, and then basically like.
Now you're calling a crazy shot now.
Gets on his knee and then basically he's like,
"This is
gives him. I'm sorry."
some baby.
And then gives him the title.
And that's because.
And then Roman just gives him like, "It's okay, my son."
You're right. And out of kayfabe, 2 weeks later, we see Tama Tonga and Tama Tonga been let go. It's like, all right, okay. We had to absorb them all. Okay, makes sense. One giant Samoan faction.
Yeah, Jacob puts him in a car and basically, not Jacob, Solo puts him in a car and basically like puts on the fucking, puts a stick on the gas.
Yeah,
and just let it break it, just lets it crash into something. It's like you killed off the Tama Tonga and Tala Tonga.
Yeah, right.
They ran off. Anything else you want to call out?
No, I think we chewed on that pretty good. But like you said, we'll check on that.
We'll check on this in December when we have the full official episode of the Uppies. I want to make sure when we do that episode, I feel like whenever we have like special shows, we have to have one of those those t-shirts where it's like a tuxedo.
Oh yeah, I know exactly.
We got to get those just for those specific episodes. So we'll make sure we'll buy that, especially and have those especially when we do the Uppies. But yeah, let's get into our champions of the week.
For sure, you have one.
Yes, and I don't know what this podcast is. I've only seen this clip. It's a great clip. Have you seen this clip before?
No.
So this is the Whitney Davis. Oh my God.
Oh, this clip. I've seen that clip.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Clip of Whitney Davis. I don't know what podcast she's on, but this is a viral clip where she was talking, and then all of a sudden, like I think it like swiveled her head, and then her wig just falls off behind the couch that she's sitting on, and she just immediately just like, oh
my God. She just breaks completely.
And she tries to reach back and can't grab it, and then eventually was able to grab it and put it back and whatnot.
My Lord is playing with me.
She's like that. Yeah. Great moment. And this goes out to Don Callis for losing his teeth.
Yeah, that was
while
funny.
Introducing Kevin the Jet Knight. Was it Kevin Knight the Jet or the Jet Kevin Knight?
I think he's the Jet Kevin Knight.
Okay. Yeah. Either way, Don Callis, as he's doing it, loses, like you see some white thing fall out of his mouth, and people immediately surmise that he was like lost his teeth while he did it. The commentators, Chet Taz and who else? Tony Schiavone and Excalibur chuckled during that moment and whatnot. Even Don Callis chuckled. So this is all just good lighthearted fun, but it reminded me of that moment when she walked away. It was like that was not supposed to happen.
Right.
Oh my God. So shout out to her and her podcast, and shout out to Don Callis for losing his teeth and having a good laugh about it.
My half champion of the week, because I did find this. I don't know what you call this, but it's basically a Jeff Hardy flat back attack that I found at Vega Wrestling this week. This happened. You're like, Jesus Christ. They're standing on the ramp as one of the wrestlers. This is a women's match. One of the female wrestlers is twerking in the rafters, at least 30 feet up, 40 feet up. And she
So
drops
unnecessary.
into
I'm sure they
a
practice that
storm
because they're
of like 20 other competitors.
yeah, I'm sure they practice that. That's so unnecessary.
Yeah.
So unnecessary.
Hey, she had to throw that ass real quick. She had to let these bitches know.
Was that an attack? Because it definitely looked like they were trying to catch her. Like it was like some like fire, like emergency, like I'm jumping out of a burning building.
Right.
Like we're here to catch you. We're not taking this. Like it didn't look like they were taking a move.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
was more
yeah.
of just like, no, we're here to catch you so you don't hurt yourself.
Yeah,
stupid
true.
bitch.
That's
Like,
the problem with being that high.
yeah.
Because you need that many people. It's like 20 women.
Yeah.
But yeah. Bravery to Vega Wrestling. At least they did a whole
Yeah.
lot of them.
Shout out.
Yeah.
That's in America or is that?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's America.
Well, that is it. The big 100. We have crossed over into a new era spiritually.
Yep. Triple digits.
Like I said, we probably doing draft picks now as far as like
Yeah, right.
draft picks and random like records and whatnot.
Yeah.
So it's like obviously Dalmatians, 100 Dalmatians. Was it?
101.
There's 101,
101 and
102.
102.
Okay, so Dalmatians next week for the next 2 weeks, but
I believe there's 103 also.
I'm sure they got like 116. Like they just making sequels on sequels. We just ain't keep up with them.
Nope. Okay. No, there is no 103.
Okay.
Just 101 and 102. So we got those next two covered.
Yeah, and we also gotta say records and famous draft picks.
Yeah,
we got
true.
a lot, at least for the football. We got at least until like 256. So.
Yeah. I would say 256. I mean, we already know it's Brock Purdy. So,
Yeah,
right.
like yeah, the
He's
Mr.
the-
Irrelevant.
Yeah, he's the best one. So
180 is like Tom Brady or something like that. So
or 199.
199, no,
Yeah,
Tom Brady. Tom Brady. So we got stuff to do, but we finally did it. The consistency, I have to give us a well shout out to us because
For sure.
it's hard. You know, there's times when one of us not here and whatnot, or whatever circumstances might pop up, but I don't think we've missed a week. Like unless we did, it probably was like during the holiday break. But I'm pretty sure we haven't missed a week in over a year. So
Yeah.
we
Year
are
change.
a year and a half right now. We got
At least, yeah, 52 weeks in a year. So we're close to exactly 2 years.
about to be 2 years and a couple weeks to celebrate that.
So right after, yeah, I guess that'll be the episode right
That's
after.
104, right?
Yeah, that'll be 104. So
Yeah.
right after the clogged weekend.
Oh yeah, the pop up shows
Yeah.
where you have
That'll be-
Slammiversary.
Yeah,
Yeah, Forbidden Door.
it's that week.
Saturday. Okay, cool. Hey, what a way to celebrate our 2-year anniversary as well. But Moody, where can they find each and every episode of the Wrestling Real Podcast?
You can find it here on this YouTube channel called The Wrestling Re-Up. And join us every Saturday for the Wrestling Re-Up. We usually keep it under 90 minutes, people. It ain't even that long, all right? So like, comment, subscribe, and we'll tap in with y'all next week on episode 101 Dalmatians.
Peace.